Hey guys, today I'm going to do a review on the new iPod Touch 6th generation. Latest Apple release came about, I don't know, I'm guessing like a week ago, something like that. Correct me if I'm wrong, but so basically it has like iPhone 6 technology. We didn't get a fingerprint sensor, which is kind of disappointing, but the price is actually decent. I got this at the Apple Store. It was $250 for a Wi-Fi 32 gig, and it doesn't say iPod 6, it just says iPod. I don't really know what this is, but if you guys know what it is, tell me in the description. We got a nice and bright flashlight. The camera's great. I don't know if it's as good as the iPhone 6. My dad has an iPhone 6, and I actually don't think the camera's quite as good, but it's pretty good. So we actually have a decent front-facing camera, and they didn't really, there were some things that I really wanted to be improved on this, but Apple just didn't really improve, such as the turning on time. Apple's turning on device time has evolved a lot, but this actually, doesn't turn on like real slowly. Let's go ahead, turn it on. You can basically see how fast it does. But it actually shows the Apple logo screen pretty quickly after you press the button, like a second or two. It's pretty good. I don't know if you noticed that, but right there it got a little bit brighter. And with the iPod Touch 5th generation, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think it had a back-facing camera. But that wouldn't have worked for me, because if you've watched my videos, I'm a movie maker. I make a lot of movies, and it's just way too hard with a front-facing camera, and plus the quality is not as good. But yeah. It does have the latest iOS update, obviously. Wi-Fi, where's the Wi-Fi? Nope. Oh, it's right here. Or no, not Wi-Fi. I don't know what I want to show you the software. Yeah, we're iOS 8.4, which is what it comes with. Pretty good software. I've still noticed a couple bugs. My dad and I have a couple Apple devices. Like, I'm filming this on my iPad, and he, like I mentioned before, he had his iPhone, and we have our accounts kind of linked, except this, I actually have my own account, but it was sort of linked, and when I went to restore the purchases, it was weird. It made me pay for all the apps that had pay again, but it didn't. It let me restore my in-app purchases, or at least that's what it said. But when I went to restore them, every time in one app, every time I clicked restore purchases, it crashed. I don't know if that's just the app. That's what I would have thought, but I went into a different app to restore my in-app purchases, and when I just clicked the button, it didn't do anything. I could just keep clicking, it didn't do anything. But yeah, and if we go to battery usage, you can see Apple still doesn't want you to be able to know your battery percentage on your iPod. You can do it on an iPad and iPhone, but I just don't get it. Why can't you do it on an iPod? Of course, there's all the jailbreaks and stuff, hacking, but I'm not really into that stuff. I wouldn't want something to go wrong. There's actually a couple ways that you can, and the first one I don't recommend at all, because it can really mess up your phone. If you go to VoiceOver, this is a feature that is very annoying. It's actually not very good at all. But it basically, speaks every item on the screen. It's like voiceover on, speakings, use pitch change, use sound effects, speaking rate, and then you have to double tap an option to be able to do it. It's such a pain. I had to look up a YouTube video just to know how to turn it off. But if we do this,
voiceover on, settings, voiceover, accessibility.
I knew there was something I hated about Seer, but we can do this.
95% battery power. Status bar item. Swipe down with 3 fingers to reveal the notification
Oh my
center.
god. If you accidentally close the settings app, you're in for a world of pain. So simply double tap this. You have to actually tap it so it's the box surrounds it. You have to do that to get it to off. Then it's basically like you just won $1 million when you finally turn voiceover off. There's actually a better way to get around this. It's simply an app called Battery. If we go to the App Store, oops, not Google. That's the other thing, Apple hates Google. If we go to App Store, Battery. It's an app called Battery. Or it actually comes up if you type in battery percentage. Because like in the voiceover, it can detect your battery percentage. You know that because when you type the battery, it says 95% battery. You just download this app. It's free. And then whenever you open it, it tells you your battery percentage, which is really nice because a lot of people don't want to have to hack in. One thing I did notice about this, though, there was like a couple screen problems. Like, it's like the screen was frozen. I could barely tap. And then one major problem I did have with this was, it was the day I got, and it was just a couple days ago that I got this, because like I mentioned before, it wasn't released that long ago. I didn't turn it off, but I put it to sleep and just let it sit there, and I went to do something, and just a minute or two later, I came back. I pressed the home button or the top button or whatever it was. It wouldn't turn on. I'm like, what's this? I went to make sure it didn't run out of battery power, so I plugged it in, but that didn't work. It's just like nothing I did worked. I couldn't turn it back on. Nothing. It was dead. And I even did the emergency reset with this button and this button, which is only something you're supposed to do if your phone is like frozen. And I did that, nothing. And if that doesn't work, you know that you're in some pretty deep trouble. And that really upset me because it was just the day I got that, a couple hours after I got it. And this is, supposed to be like the newest technology out there. And just knowing that it did that, it was awful. And it made me disappointed. It's like, screw you, Apple. But anyway, after I was pretty upset I was gonna have to take it back to the Apple store and get my money back. But especially considering it took me like 2 hours to get it set up and personalize it. So I got all my categories and stuff, all my games and stuff. But I tried this one more time and it worked. And luckily, it's just worked fine ever since then. Don't ask me what that was all about. But, yeah, now about the camera. It's a really good camera. It just looks really bad because I'm using a bad camera to film. It's my iPad camera. You can still take all your stuff. We got time-lapse, slow-mo video, regular video, photo, square photo, and panoramas. So we got a pretty good camera. And about the front-facing camera, well, some options like panorama you can't. Well, that's not really one you need the front-facing camera for. But slow-mo you can't do a front-facing camera, which can be kind of annoying. Time-lapse you can time-lapse, but hey, how you doing? The front-facing camera is pretty good, actually, because most of the time it's not. I was glad they improved that. But, pretty fast software. So, in general, it's a great device. Things load really well. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed my very long review. Oh, sorry, one thing I wanted to mention. I don't think they have a case for this yet, so I have an OtterBox case. It was designed for the 5th generation, and it still works. Got a couple layers of case, but that's the case I used for it, but I took it off for the video. I hope you enjoyed my review, and I will see you in my next video.